Everybody, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are a new viewer. It is lovely to have you here. My name is Rachel Bean. Welcome to Stitch and Pearl. This is a channel all about knitting and sewing and sometimes other crafts, so yeah, great to have you here. So today I wanted to do a video on I think it's going to be 12 because I've made a list. 12 things I would like to sew and knit in 2023. Now, I'm not putting like huge amounts of pressure on myself to definitely knit and sew this stuff. I've got a lot going on this year. I'm going to be making an announcement soon, an exciting announcement, so keep an eye out for that on social media, and I'll talk about it on here as well at some point. So yeah, I'm going to have quite a busy year. So these are just things that like sort of give me a bit of a, yeah, it's a bit like a make 9, but there's 12 just to kind of give me a focus. But as I say, there's no pressure at all for me to actually make these things, and a lot of them are just kind of like ideas of something, not like a specific pattern. I think actually all of them are just like an idea of something that I would like in my wardrobe, and I'll find the pattern and the fabric at some point this year. So yeah, let's get started. I shall get to my little list so I don't forget. Okay, so let's start with sewing first. The first thing is my graduation dress. I am graduating in 3 weeks? Yeah, 3 weeks. The 30th of January, which is very exciting. That is a dreadful time to graduate because the weather right now is horrific. It's literally like peeing it down. It's just really miserable, really sad outside. I'm really hoping that we get like a sunny winter day for it so we can get like nice photos and stuff. Otherwise it's going to be a bit miserable. But that also made my wardrobe choice a bit stressful. I really wanted to make something that made me feel like really special and really good. I worked really hard on this masters, and I feel really like proud of myself. So yeah, I did the whole thing whilst like living with chronic illness, and it was bloody tough. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to making something nice. I have got the fabric already. It's a bottle green brocade fabric. Yeah, so this is the fabric. I think it's, yeah, showing up pretty good. It's a bottle green colour. I think it looks slightly more blue on the camera. It's more greeny, but it's a bottle green colour. So it's quite thick. It's obviously going to be a nice kind of fancy looking dress. My plan is to make myself the same as my lemon dress. If you follow me on Instagram, or if you watched like any of my other videos, you may have seen my lemon dress which I made last year, and that's my favourite thing I've ever made. It made me feel amazing, really good about myself, and that's the most important thing. It's a Tilly and the Buttons indigo that's been hacked. It's got an added frill and the big puffy Anthea sleeves from the Anna Allen clothing. So they're like big, poof, big sleeves. So I think it's going to be really pretty and really cute. So yeah, that's probably going to be like one of my first sews actually of 2023 is this dress in this gorgeous fabric. So that's the first one. The second thing I would really like to make is a pair of vintage beach pajamas. I know that sounds really crazy, but I absolutely love vintage fashion. I always have done. I've always been a huge fan of like vintage styles, all the way from sort of 1910 really right up until 1960. That's kind of, yeah, I used to take a lot of inspiration. So like when I was younger, I used to really dress very, very vintagey when I was a teenager and when I was at uni. I bought lots of my clothes vintage, and I bought lots of sort of like vintage recreation. So I've always had a love for it. But I've always wanted like those 1920s, 1930s, I think they're more 1930s classic beach pajamas. You see a lot of people on Poirot when I watch things like Poirot wearing them. Also, I recently watched what was it called, Hotel Positano on BritBox, which is the same. It's like just after the war, in the 20s, very glamorous, and there's lots of like glamorous beachwear. So yeah, basically it's like a jumpsuit with a matching jacket, and I just think you'd be able to just wear that. It's supposed to be really comfy and breezy and in cotton, and you know, like we get really hot weather here in the Cotswolds in the summer. I mean, last summer we had 40 degrees, which was insane. And it's just nice to have something that's like easy breezy, you know, really chilled, and it's a little bit glam. I think that's going to be my kind of thing this year, is making really comfortable clothes that are a little bit more glam, so I feel a little bit better, because I have had chronic illness now for 4 years, and for the first 3 years, last year was a bit better, but for the first 3 years I was mostly just at home in my pajamas or my like sweats all the time and not feeling great about myself. So that's a big thing that I really want to work on now, making my own clothes, is making really comfortable clothes but that feel a bit more jazzy than just like I'm wearing pajamas. So yeah, that's the second thing I'd like to sew. The third thing is a vintage apron, because I saw quite a lot of them over Christmas. I think H&M made one with frills on, very like 1940s, super cute. So they like button up at the back. The Tailoress Studio has made one as well, which I really love. It's super cute. So yeah, I want to make a vintage apron so that when I'm like cooking I feel cute. Again, it's the same thing. It's like when I'm at home and I'm just like, you know, cooking dinner or making lunch or whatever, that it's like quite cute. So I'd really like to make a vintage apron. And then I would really like to make a full set of pajamas. Now the ones I have in mind are the Carolyn pajamas, which I'll put up a picture here of them. So those are like traditional button up with piping. That's what I'd like to go for. I think I have got some fabric that I might use. So this is the fabric that I have. I don't know if you can see that. It's got like a boob print on it, which is super cute. So it's just a cotton. I bought it from Corrie. She was doing like a stash clear out and I bought that from her. It's 3 meters. So it may not be enough to make like the full long sleeve ones. I might make a little short set, because I think it's quite involved. There's like a lot of collars and etc. But yeah, I'd really like to make a pair of like cute little cotton pajamas. But then I'd also really love to make some jersey pajamas. So the Juno pajamas from the Tilly and the Buttons Make It Easy book, which I have. So they've got like a ribbed clipped ankle and rib clipped wrist, and it's all jersey and cute and soft. Yeah, I've seen loads of versions of those. I've seen Paige Joanna made a really lovely cute pair. There's been loads of them. So that's definitely on the list, is pajamas, because yeah, you get to wear those all the time. I think that's going to be a bit of a theme as well, is making things that I can actually wear. You know, I work from home a lot, which leads well onto my next make actually, but I work from home like at least 4 days, yeah, normally 4 days out of 5. So I want to feel comfy and cozy, and as I say, I have chronic pain, so like being comfortable is a really important thing, but also like actually feel nice, not just be, yeah, in like joggers. So that leads on to the next one, which is kind of like a really big one. This is kind of like multiple actually, so technically I guess I do have 6 things I want to sew, because one of them is a jumper dress and I have got the fabric for that. So yeah, I've got this fabric, which is a gorgeous dusty pink sweatshirting fabric with the matching ribbing, and I'm going to make a billy dress. So yeah, probably with the big sleeves, and that'll be so comfy. Just wear it with leggings or woolly tights and that'll just be lovely for working from home. And then the next thing is just to make jersey dresses. So I've made the Lotta dress twice now, which is another Tilly and the Buttons pattern, and people have made that in a jersey version. I think that would be lovely. It's like elasticated waist, has pockets, be great for walking the dogs, wear it with tights, super comfy working from home. And then the other one I have is in the Make It Easy book, There's another pattern, I can't actually remember what it's called, but there's a jersey dress pattern. So yeah, sewing more clothes that I can wear every day, working from home, that I don't feel like I'm like dressing up and all like, you know, fussy in my own home. So yeah, that's the 6 things that I want to sew this year. So now on to knitting. The first thing is socks. I've got really into socks. I have just made, over Christmas, I finished my first pair of socks. Until then I'd only ever made like 1 sock on its own before. So this is my first pair of socks, which was West Yorkshire Spinners Christmas yarn, the gingerbread yarn. They're really, really cute. I'll pop up a picture. And I've been wearing those loads. And then my husband got me a West Yorkshire Spinners yarn, sock yarn, the 4-ply signature in Wildflower. So I have already made 1 sock up, and yeah, I can show you that actually. So this is just blocking, but yeah, this is, it's a bit psychedelic. So it's called Wildflower, and it's like if you've gone into a wildflower meadow whilst like high as a kite. That's what it looks like to me. Not that I would know, I have never done such a thing, but yeah, so I need to make the matching one to that. But yeah, that's already 2 pairs of handmade socks, and I just love them. They're so warm. I wear them like every day. I don't wear socks in the summer, but every other season I wear socks, so really useful. And I've got quite a lot of sock yarn in my stash, so I'll definitely, yeah, be making quite a few pairs. So I'm looking forward to that. And then the second thing I want to knit is a floral cardigan. So I really love this, like I think it's Tyrolean, traditional like Austrian 1930s cardigans. They had lots of like bobbles and braiding and cabling, and then they had embroidered flowers on them, and they are stunning. And I've seen a few people, like the first person who really got me into it was Georgie from Hey So Sister. So she has an actual vintage Austrian cardigan, and it's just beautiful, and I was like, oh, I need to make one of those. So I'm gonna like modernize it slightly, because they traditionally have like a peplum. They had like drawstring in the waist and then peplum out, very like 1930s shape, which is stunning, and I was tempted to do that, but I just don't think I'll get that much wear out of it. So I'm gonna make like just a standard cardigan with no waist, but I'm gonna do like a cable and the embroidery. So yeah, I'll definitely share that with you, that journey, because that's going to be my own pattern, creating my own pattern for that. So hopefully it will come out quite nicely. And then the third thing I'd like to knit is a bag. I saw quite a few last summer, knitted bags, crocheted bags, but yeah, mostly like the knitted is obviously what I'm looking at, in like a gorgeous cotton, so some kind of lacy design, simple tote, you know, take it to the beach, take it to the market, that kind of thing. So again, I'll probably be designing that myself, and I think it'll be really cute and really useful. I think that's going to be a bit of a kind of theme again, is knitting accessories, as well as jumpers, but like trying to knit things so that like when I'm dressed in the summer, for example, in a handmade dress, it's lovely to then pick up a handmade bag to go with it. So yeah, I would really like to have a go at that. And then we're moving into autumn. I would really like to knit a tweed cardigan. I have wanted a tweed cardigan for so long, and I don't know why it's taken me this long to get round to it. I just love those tweedy yarns. So Rowan Tweed and Sidar have one, and I think I'll probably end up using the Drops one, which is, I can't remember what it's called, it's probably just called like Drops Tweed or something. But it comes in a beautiful rusty orange colour. I think that's what I'm going to go for. So I'm going to go for a really lovely tweedy cardigan. I just feel like that's the right season as well, like autumn, tweedy, like because it's got like the browns and the flecks in it. It feels like a really good time to have a tweedy cardigan. So I'm looking forward to finally getting that. I've never actually knit myself anything in like a tweedy yarn before, even though I love it. I don't know why, I just haven't got around to it. So that's definitely on the list. And then the final, oh no, not the final one, I've got 2 more. I would like to knit myself a cable dress. So like a cable jumper, but just keep going until I get down, all the way down to like my knees. So again, like jumper dresses and things like that are really useful for me working from home, super cozy, super comfortable. I probably knit it, it'll definitely be Aran. It might be chunky, but I think it would look better in an Aran. You'll get more definition from the cables, so it'll probably be in an Aran weight, and so it will take a little bit of time, but I think it'll be worth it because it'll just be so warm and cozy and so lovely. Oh, sorry, my camera just cut out just before I get to the last one. So the last one again is a bit kind of like open, but basically I just want to knit more things for working from home, again, as I was saying with the sewing, like cozy, comfortable clothes. So I'm just about to cast on a gorgeous pink jumper, which I will show you. I think I'm going to do a video in the next couple of weeks, which will be my like winter makes, although a lot of them are like for spring. I like to kind of like make a season ahead, but anyway, that's by the by. Yeah, just cozy things to wear from home, so like big oversized jumpers, warm cardigans. As I say, I wear a lot of like leggings and stuff at home, and it'd just be nice to have things to put over the top that feel a bit smarter, like a nice hand knit jumper or a nice handmade dress. So that's definitely going to be the theme this year, is more working from home clothes, so that I can feel fabulous whilst I sit here at my little desk writing and designing and photographing and all the things I do. If you don't know what I do, if you're new to my channel, hello, welcome, lovely to have you here. I have 3 jobs. I was completely freelance before Christmas, which is, you know, hence 3 jobs. Most freelance people do multiple things. So I was a freelance writer and a freelance social media manager. I'm now actually not freelance anymore. I work for Cotswold Sewing Centres in Makeley as their social media manager. They're owned by the same person, so I work for both. But I'm also still a freelance writer. My next article is coming out in Simply Sewing magazine next month, February, middle of February, so if you're in the UK, look out for that. And then I'm also a knitwear designer. I am a freelance, can you be a freelance knitwear designer? I guess so. I don't think anybody actually, I guess unless you're making like industrial knits, and then you would work for somebody. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I do in my time. I sometimes talk about that a little bit. I can talk about that more if that interests you, any of those jobs. I don't know if they're particularly interesting to you. But yeah, anyway, so that is it. That is everything. There's 12 things that I want to make in 2023. Let me know what you're making. Let me know what you would like to make. Let me know if you guys are going to make some beach pajamas or is that just me? I feel like they're becoming like a thing though, because like, you know, on Love Island and stuff, not that I watch loads of Love Island, but like, you know, everyone's wearing these like lacy like palazzo pants and stuff over the top of their swimsuits. So that's like just like the modern version. So yeah, make some beach pajamas. But yeah, leave me a comment, let me know what you're gonna make, what your goals are for 2023. Yeah, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Have a lovely week, guys. Thanks.